You. Hey, can anybody hear me? Let me know, Can you hear me? They should allow me to post pictures on this joint. What up? So, man, I need to make a banner. Let me see something. Create a banner. Let me see. Cosmic. 14-day. Email cosmic fasting at Gmail. Hey, hold on, y'all. Let me see. All right. What up? So remember, if you wasn't on the email list, this is the actual email right here. So if you want to join our 14 days, we're gonna do it on a new moon. So it's like a new moon, all juice challenge or liquid fast. It could be smoothie, whatever. It's gonna take place Wednesday at 8 p.m. We're gonna have a private webinar. So if you didn't get the email because the email went out yesterday, that means you're not on my email list. That's fine. If you want to get on the roster, then email cosmicfasting@gmail.com. That's all you got to do. And then you'll get added on to the roster because we're going to have a private webinars, and just really conversations in this, in the journey. Okay. So hit that email if that's where you want to get it in. Like I said in the email, there's going to be a quick little $100 giveaway. It's a gift to, I want to say, the best transformation story. So if weight is your goal, perhaps maybe weight loss, then got to do a before picture early. Like day one on Wednesday when we get together, like we can do a screen share that, share that before picture, you know what I'm saying, of where you at, and then we'll see where you at on the end when you get to day 14, right? So yeah, that's really the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? As Tom lined up with lining it up with the heavens, as I spoke about before, and why we put it right here. If you didn't catch that particular video, that was based upon the sun and the moon. Are Oh, Latasha, you cheating? Take me with you. It's like I'm about to eat something today because I want to, um, but the sun and the moon represents the conscious and subconscious mind. When they're conjoined together, the energies obviously are together. They're not at odds with each other because they're conjoined. So I chose this particular portal right now to just, activate within. Um, yeah, so it's just a quick little journey. You know what I'm saying? What up, Trav P? What up? Magneto, what's good? You at work? What's happening, man? Natasha got that glow already. She cheating already on the fast. You know what I mean? Catherine, what's going on? Kim Bailey, what's popping? Tammy, what's good? All right. So yeah, if you didn't get the email, man, please email us over at cosmicfasting@gmail real fast. You know what I'm saying? And Everybody click the thumbs up button too, man. So I'm gonna get started like at 3 o'clock because I want to talk about something real fast that really gets into just a quick mental dialogue about love, compassion, consciousness. And they're just questions that I have for myself in this journey of life. And I think there are some pretty damn good questions and whatnot. Okay. So if you can, please click the thumbs up button, everybody, just so we can alert this funky algorithm. The truth hurts. What up? So we can get this party started. It's beginning of October. Time is flying. In 30 days, you might as well say 30 days. Next month is Thanksgiving already. In 2 months is Christmas, right? Leaves are still on the trees and stuff, but it's about to be a drastic shift and change. And to me, you know, that's what it's about, is being in some type of cosmic rhythm, some type of shift, some type of change. The fall is when nature for us starts to shed. So this is a perfect time, a gateway for us to start shedding, right? To get ready to recalibrate and rebalance ourselves, hence the Libra scales of balance. When we start in this journey on the new moon, which is, oh shit, I gotta take them bills out, which is Wednesday, right? Wednesday is the new moon, and we're gonna tap in. This is how you activate. It's how, you know, line things up. You know, everybody like to look at the Egyptian pointing pyramids up to the skies and shit. That's dope. But what can we do for ourselves and collectively as community, then collectively as global citizen? What can we do in some type of alignment to further elevate consciousness? You know what I'm saying? You with me? So I'm gonna need y'all to click that thumbs up button for me. Everybody. Antonio, what's good? Man, Sanchio, we in here. All right, so we're gonna get started in 5 minutes. Tanisha, what up, boo? Let's stop calling y'all boo. But yeah, we're gonna turn up, man, because I got some questions that I wanna that I had to ask myself for me to be my best self, you know, and I call them Minister Jew questions. That means um, once you can't wiggle, then it ain't. We call it no wiggle room, meaning, goddamn it, it's a definitive answer. Now, if you got a definitive answer and you choose to go complete opposite that answer, then just fucking say it because I want to. You know what I'm saying? Just say it. But don't try to concoct and rationalize some bullshit to psych yourself into or psych yourself into believing your bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? And to me, that'd be like some of the best examples of ego. To me, ego ain't really about I look better, I'm stronger, look at me, look at me. It's more on the games that the mind plays to justify, you know what I'm saying, our bullshit. You feel me? And so, you know, and discuss some questions. So we're gonna get started in 4 minutes, man. Thumbs up, everybody. Thumbs up. 4 minutes. I'll get this party started on time because I know some people may chime in because the show said 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Astro question. Anybody got one? I want some mangoes, man. Well, anybody have one? Anybody have a mango? And Latasha, girl, I promise. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start fasting on Monday. I'm gonna have a jump on people by the time we get started. Um, but they ain't do it. They ain't do it. So anybody got an astro question? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Where's the flyer at? Let me see something. So here go the flyer. Hold on, yeah. Let me share my screen. Bam! So here's the flyer, 14-day, call it New Moon Juice Challenge. Again, it don't have to be juice. It's just liquid, right? Just liquid. Just something to start with. You know what I'm saying? They said the boy Moses went on a 40-day fast and he didn't have food or water. And then Jesus went on a 40-day fast and afterwards he was hungry and the devil came fucking with him. Immediately after a 40-day fast, he was hungry and the devil came fucking with him. The question is the devil allegorical as a state of consciousness after you went through a state of purity? Because if the biblical figures represent states of consciousness and you just went on a 40-day fast, right? The question I'm gonna raise is, was the devil symbolic for the inner temptations that the mind conjures up after you went through a purification process? Make sense? All right. So TTHP, the truth hurt says, if you have Mercury retrograde in your natal, does Mercury affect you the same as everybody else? No, sir. Or ma'am. No. Mercury retrograde is now, this is home court advantage. You get the advantage. I've seen this happen before. So you get the advantage because this is your normal flow. Whereas everybody else is retracting and being easy, you can actually push the envelope because this is normal for you at this time. Nikki Love, what up? This is normal for you. Okay. All right. So I promise you we're gonna start in 1 minute, probably less. 3 o'clock on the dizot. This ain't gonna be long today. All right. So we in here. We in here. All right. So first order of business is, all right, we got the 14-day liquid fast challenge coming. That's this Wednesday. We're gonna kick off at 8 p.m. privately. I gotta have your email address. If you didn't get the mass email I sent out yesterday, don't worry. Email cosmicfasting@gmail. Cosmicfasting@gmail. Just a quick little 14-day inward. It's really a challenge of willpower, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. It's all liquid, so absolutely no eating and chewing. All liquid. Okay, all liquid for 14 days. We timed it on Wednesday because the sun and moon are coming together. I did it on the last video. I just recently said it represents the conscious and subconscious mind. I can take you to a verse in the Holy Quran, chapter 75, known as resurrection, dealing with the resurrection of the soul. And in that chapter, it's talking about the damn sun and moon being in the orbits and not crashing to each other, and how this sun and the moon and how one blocks out the light of the other, which is an eclipse. This becomes paramount for the resurrection of the soul. Okay. And so these new moon intervals, I always said, perfect example would be Chinese New Year. Usually it's the Aquarius new moon. Rosh Hashanah's Virgo new moon for the Jewish people. And Islam is a month later, usually in Libra season. Okay. And so when the sun and moon are together, this is a perfect gateway, a portal of sort to really align yourselves, because the cosmic phenomena of the external universe, conscious mind, subconscious mind, is in perfect alignment. Therefore, the mirroring effect should be the human being. Okay. So that's the journey. We're going to start this Wednesday on the 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. There will be a $100 gift from me to you for the best transformation story. So if you have, you would like to lose weight in 14 days, if that's your goal or whatever, get on the scale, take a before picture and put it in Wednesday if that's your objective. My objective, although I wanted to lose weight, I never had a weight goal per se. I'm starting to get one now. Like, I would like to see 225. I'll take that back. I used to have one when I was in the 250s, I got down to the 2.4. Did I get down to the high 240s? So I really wanted to see what it was like to get like 239, just to be in the 230s. And lo and behold, I'm 230. I was 232 the other day. My next stop is 225, just to see it, to be in the 220s. That's my next stop. But it's not necessarily I must have this goal. For me, the liquid fast, because I mind you, I just come off a 14-day liquid fast myself, right? Within that, it all started around August 19th, 20th, right up in that little pocket. As we was inching up to Virgo season, I cut out all animal product. And on the 11th day of being vegan, I incorporated the 14-day fast inside of that. So when I got to day 14 with the liquid fast, 14 plus 11, I was on day 25 as vegan. And so somewhere this month, mid of the month, I'll be embarking on that 2 month, thing of no animal consumption, right? But the journey and the point for me is there's a beautiful inner experience that happens within your consciousness when you go on the fast, right? You're going to feel the when the hunger comes, and being able to go and grab something to drink and pray and meditate and reflect and spiritually advise yourself through it is a beautiful journey in of itself, right? The feeling for me personally is a feeling of clarity. Me and Jew had these conversations. I've never seen an argument that even prove vegans live longer than meat eaters. I don't think that's the argument. I got a 90-year-old granddad, like I say, who get in a car and drive out of town to go see his girl. You know what I mean? And he eats pork. Okay. And he's a Bible believer, Jehovah Witness. Um, but it's about the clarity of the spirit, I believe, is the key. I also want to say, as a disclaimer too, this is not health advice. If you're on medications and stuff like that, consult with your doctor before you don't even like consult with your doctor, because what I'm saying is not medical advice. It is just I'm sharing my experience, and if you believe that you can do the experience as well, just again do the experience. But if you're on some type of medications and stuff, you need to get medical advice for that, okay? Because this is not medical advice. All right. So anyway, I want to get into a question. Some of the conversations that I'm having with myself these days, dealing with love and compassion. Like we think that we are taught, at least, that love is supposed to be like the supreme positive emotion and attribute that a human being can have, right? And when I look at animals, I had to start asking myself, well, shit, if I kill the animal, do I love it? Because I don't think you kill things that you love, right? Purposely. Like you ain't gonna go kill your dog and your pet bird and your kids and your lover and shit and eat them. And do you even have to? And that's the kicker. You don't have to engage in these things, meat eating, to survive. Like that's a fact. Like that's a known fact. So I don't have to do that in order to survive. So now, even though I'm not the hunter that's killing them like the white boy in the woods and you know killing it, skinning it, cooking it, storing it in the freezer like we in Alaska and shit, right? I don't have to do that. Then why do I have to participate in being the end consumer of it and give my money up for it? And so it became a question of love Cause like I got a pet dog, and this nigga love me to death. I love him not as much as he loved me. I can admit it. This nigga like stalks me. He watches my every move and got to be wherever I'm at. Um, and I just really had these questions of, well, shit. If love is a universal thing, supposed to be, am I not being a compassionate, loving being if I engage in eating dead animal? It's just a question to me, right? And then the question became, well, can you be more loving? Yeah, absolutely, sure. Well, if you could, maybe the practice of, and this is where the animal rights people hit me in my head, like oh shit, I see it now. When they on animal rights and shit, they're like, yo, this is a sentient being that don't do this, don't kill this thing, like don't do that. Who am I to be mad and be like, yo, fuck that, give me that chicken, give me that cow, I'm going to, like, that's, it becomes really barbaric when you put it on the scale of, just put it on your own scale, right and wrong. You can just start to see the barbaric traits within self, right? And so then I start to ask another question now, well, shit, is the quick temper, the snappy response that you have, not being so loving and open, behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? Could the dead flesh that I consume, or you consume, play a role inside of your behavior? So then it leads me on the study of, can meat affect the DNA? And so of course, I think it was Nestle had did a big ass study, got scientists from all over the world studying to see if eating meat affects the DNA. Now they say that it won't necessarily fuck with the sequence of DNA, but how the DNA starts to communicate, it can mess up the communication line, right? And I'm like, oh shit. And so I had this conversation with my son, and I'm like, would you go up to a living cow and eat it? What's up, Devore? And he's like, no. I said, would you walk up to a dead cow and eat it? No. Would you peel the skin off, skin it, and cook it like the white boys? No. Do you believe that cow blood can interact with your DNA? Yes. Do you want to be a cow? He busts out laughing. No. Then why would you eat it? And so when you start asking these basic ass questions, it don't check out. And again, just say because I fucking want to and the shit tastes good and I grew up on the shit and that's just my shit. I know it's fucked up, nigga, but that goddamn lamb lollipop, medium well, because I don't like well food. I like my shit pink, which means, and I do, when I eat red meat, I don't like medium. I don't like well done. I like it medium well, where it's still slightly pink. So I like flesh, nigga. That's where at the core of it. And I want to see just a tad bit of blood, nigga. Just a tad bit of blood running out. And it'd be so good to me, right? And so I just got all these questions that's coming up that's really making me check my moral compass. It's what's happening. And the part of me that identifies, again, like, to me, I think it's barbaric. Okay, cool, no problem. But what's that part of me that still wants to engage, that want to go against what I know to be a greater truth, right? Why would I? What's inside me to go against it, right? And that's what I'm going to liken in my interpretation of that Jesus fasting for 40 days. He comes out, he's hungry, and then the devil immediately comes and tempt him. And I believe that is what we call the lower self or the devil within. that we can acknowledge. I don't want to eat this. It's bad. It's dumb. You get mad as fuck if somebody bring you some bloody food. You highly pissed off, especially if you at a restaurant. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you bringing me some bloody food, right? You highly pissed off. In fact, you don't even eat it raw because you would get sick if you ate it raw, right? I'm just going through this shit, right? And I'm like, come on, man, enough is enough, right? And so then when you start acknowledging or just looking at, like me and you had this conversation earlier, right? The Yogi Boys been knew to have certain dietary laws because they eat shit that fuck with light. They eat up the light. So when you're dealing with the tree, anything that's vegetable state, fruit based, like you're dealing with light. Well, at the core of the human being, we all know it's light, the heartbeat, the brainwave. You fucking electric. That's you. You electric. And so the density of certain foods slows down the vitality of the human being. Like my grandmother, she used to eat and fall asleep at the table. My cousins would be cracking the fuck up laughing at her. Because after she eats, she'd be at the table asleep, nodded out at the table, which later became what? Diabetes and double amputee, cut both of them legs off, right? Cut both of them off, right? Because, like I remember telling you, so the problem that we have in the United States is, and probably throughout the world, this food shit don't catch up with you until you get older, and then it's diabetes and high blood pressure and all that shit. There's no immediate repercussion like you put your hand on fire, you get burned instantly. You know not to do that, but it builds up over a long period of time. So therefore, everybody's not looking at. We're not even looking at the common denominator. Like, damn, nigga, when you turn 40, pops, you got diabetes. When you turn 40, nigga, like, what happened? What was the environmental cues where the body said, okay, enough, I gotta break down now, nigga. I've had enough, right? And so it's these kind of challenging conversations that I personally had to have with myself to check myself, to check my own moral compass, to become a better being and to become more of the light. Very interesting because when Moses went on that 40-day fast, no food, nothing to drink, that's when the inspiration and the divine channel of the 10 Commandments came in, right? Now, very, very, very interesting because when you go on these spiritual fasts, for them it was 40 days, there's always some type of spiritual phenomenon that happens, right? So we're not going 40. That'll be nice. But we're going 14 days, which is the equivalent of 2.85. If we can accomplish what they did in 40 and 14 days, each of our day is really basically 2.85 days. 2.85 times 14 days gives you 40 days. Okay, so we damn near 3 days. 3 days. And I would love to believe that since we're in the Aquarian age, because based off where the solar system is, okay, not just the sun, the solar system is in the age depicts the level of information and density. We're in the age of enlightenment when you're in the age of Aquarius. So you're in the age of shit is speeded up. The space-time continuum has speeded up. So what took them 40 then in the old days may very well just take us 3 or 14. You know what I'm saying? But I know that's 100% determined upon the individual's um, willpower and sincerity on the journey. Everybody's experience is going to be a different experience. Okay. And so, anyway, those were the questions that I had for myself when it dealt with love. And I just can't check the boxes off to say that I am a full 100% loving being and being the best person I can be. But I got a whole rack of dead animal that just got slaughtered, possibly got his brains blew out, possibly knew it was dying and was in a line that everybody else was in and having a fucking nervous breakdown. Probably was just with its family member, right? I've seen animals cry over their deceased children, or the children animals are crying over the parent and just sitting there looking and there's YouTube videos of dogs, a husky, crying and sniffling at the graveyard of its owner that's buried there. The dog understands the owner is dead and is crying. You cannot say animals don't have emotion. You can't say that. A goddamn dog is going to show you that shit. I had birds, little budgies, that used to come downstairs when they was hungry and land on my fucking head and land on me like, nigga, it's time to eat. I'm like, that's a connection that's there. That's a feeling. It got a feeling that it wants to eat, and then it knew how to articulate itself by getting my attention. So these things have a right. And what's crazy is in the biblical chronology of events, they're actually before man. And so what gives you the right to kill? And here's a kicker. Again, I'm gonna say it. You don't have to do that in order to survive. You don't have to eat nothing dead or dead animal to survive. You don't. So then I used to have these intellectual arguments with myself. Well, nigga, the vegetarians think they the shit, but they sitting up here killing goddamn trees and plants, right? And someone make an argument, say, well, they don't have a central nervous system. Some things you can just look at. If it's something that reproduces annually, you right, like you know that something from the tree is dropping the fruit. There's a season for it. It goes bad if you don't use it. It has to be used, and then each year, like clockwork, it comes back. But what about the ones you got to dig out the ground and they physically dead? Because the animal, when you kill that motherfucker, he ain't coming back. You ain't gonna never see it again. So I can eat this year's harvest off the tree, and then next year the apple tree is still gonna bloom again. So certain things you can just tell was absolutely 100% made for you. And then there's some things that you can obviously look at within nature, within the vegetable kingdom, and you can absolutely tell that, oh shit, maybe the kidney bean looks like a kidney, and maybe that actually is good for the kidney. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that you can just look at and tell. And the vegetation, in a sense, is an annual thing that take away from it, it comes back. You can just tell that it was made for consumption. Even if you want to get into the shape of the square teeth that we have, you ain't got fangs and shit. You ain't even really built to do what we do. So it's these kind of questions that I had that's just unfolding all over again, because you gotta remember I've been vegan for over 3 years before in my lifetime when I first came on the scene. You know what I mean? And you start to just have these just reawakening, in a sense. These conversations are reawakening, and it's just at no point, it's just at no point for me I could be I can justify it no more. Like I can't justify it no more. Because I want to ain't good enough. Especially if we're talking about love. We're talking about what's supposed to be the most powerful emotion that we have, but yet I'm not exhibiting it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go kill it and kill something and devour it, and I don't have to. That ain't love, man. I gotta agree. I have to agree and say, yo, that's not love. For you to participate and give your money up, that's feeding the industry that is about murder, that's not love. Why am I financing that if I don't believe in that, in the sense? You know what I'm saying? That's not love. And again, you know, I'm just sharing my experience on where I'm at in the journey. It all will unfold for us at some point in time in our evolution as a human being, whether it's in this incarnation or whether it's going to be in another incarnation. The whole purpose of the incarnation is to journey. The whole purpose of the journey is to grasp different experience to start giving you context of what we would call right and wrong, in the sense so we can make the best decision, so we could be what we would call karmically free, right? And so that's just where I'm at in a particular journey, and I can't write myself no more dumbass mental excuses to participate in the fuckery when don't let that shit hit home. That shit hit home. That shit it's at home. It's close. You know what I'm saying? Where you already come from a pre-genetic disposition where certain shit run in the family. There's a study that was done. It's a hospital in New York that started studying the DNA markers of Holocaust survivors and their children. And their children got certain stress markers, what they call it, methylation, where at the end of DNA, like at the end of your shoestring, there's that little plastic thing that you put through the holes. So it's like a coating that goes around your DNA. Well, under certain situations, that coating will start to unravel and shorten. And so when they studied Holocaust victims and survivors, they noticed that they had this process and their children inherit that shit. So what the hell you think has happened to the African American who got roots to slavery as some in the DNA? So these DNA markers are there, man. They're there. You come with I would call it a predetermined genetic disposition already, in which certain foods is going to stifle your ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a fact. It just is what it is. It's going to stifle you. And I'm gonna go back to the core, and we can go to some Q&As. But the core of it is, I think it's about light, ladies and gentlemen. It's always been about light. The mystery schools, every mystery school is always going to point you into the science of light. Okay. Um, and light is going to be synonymous with consciousness, the indwelling spirit. Okay. And so, what does that really need in order for you to be who you are? And once you start the ascension process, the true master yogis already know, I don't need fucking water, I don't need fucking drink, I don't need eat, because I'm one with the indwelling spirit that's within. This shit is eternal. I don't need none of that shit. But those are the ones who practice a severe, I wouldn't necessarily call it, it really ain't severe, but they bout it for real, right? And then we can play it down, oh, balance, a little bit of this and a little bit of that's not going to hurt in moderation. The balance moderation shit is average talk. And that never really gets you to being the best, because the average is when we take the best stats and the worst stats and we combine them and divide them by the total number of participants. Here you go, in moderation, just be average. And being average sucks, and that's the problem. In fact, we ain't even been average our whole lives. We've really been below average, because look at the condition of everything. Because that's average. You know what I'm saying? It sucks. You know what I'm saying? So the goal is in this journey is to concentrate, this 14-day journey that's coming up, concentrate on just being aware of you, acknowledging what you feel was coming up, and allowing your higher self again to guide you through it. So an example for me was, if I got hungry, I would do a smoothie, green smoothie, and bam, that shit was fulfilling. I'm good. And then let me go meditate in the sun for a minute too, and let me go reprogram my DNA, right? So let me reprogram myself. So I'm taking in the sunlight and I'm having this conversation with the light that is really a reflection of me any goddamn way. That external light is just a reflection of what's in me. So I'm going back home using the sun as my dial, right? And then I'm just becoming one with myself by reconfiguring myself, whether I see myself looking younger or whatever it may be, whatever it is, the prayer, meditation, whatever it is, I'm utilizing the cosmic force of nature to empower me. You see what I'm saying? And give me that life force chi that I need. And then next thing I knew, I'm just going through my journey, is I always could eat just one times a day. I ain't a dude that I'm hungry in the morning, I gotta eat, and then I'm hungry at lunch and I gotta eat, and I'm hungry at dinner. I really can naturally do one meal a day. Naturally. That's easy as hell because give me something to drink, orange juice, whatever in the morning. Just give me something to drink. I don't have to eat in the morning. Next thing you know, it's lunch. Like that, okay, that's midday. And then maybe something may kick in around 3 o'clock. You know what I mean? But shit, in out 2 hours, 3 hours, dinner time. You there? You finish. Your day is over. You know what I'm saying? And don't dare eat after a certain time because it's just not necessarily healthy. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually becomes relatively pretty god darn easy. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. And then the beautiful thing about it is you get to become the Lord and the master over the lower self in the pits of hell. The pits of hell in the burning hell, that's your burning desires of acid that's in the body. Hell is your stomach. That's hell. You send anything through that shit, it's gonna get burnt the fuck up. Okay, so that's where hell resides, in the burning pit is there. You see what I'm saying? So now you get to become master over your lower self, and that's really a good great feeling to have, to know that, yo, nigga, there ain't nothing. I can do 3, I can do 14. I was watching the video, if y'all on the email, I sent y'all a link. It was a lecture with Sabi. Dr. Sabi was in Philly, and he was like, today is day 61 of me not having anything to eat. He was on a 60-day fat, well, obviously more than that, but he was on day 61. And I also found in that same, I think it was that same video, when he was sick and ended up getting healed by the Mexicans, um, he um, he they recommended a fast for 90 days. 90 days is just a quarter of the cycle in the yearly cycle. 90 days is a very interesting thing that is used in law. Um, with your bills and shit, and credit, and like 90 days is some shit. Mortgages, 90 days is some shit because that's really a square. Um, but I can see how 90 days is like a master fucking reset. Master reset for sure. On how the earth journey, and again, if you understand where you at and know how to measure your space-time reality of 360 degrees, then you understand what 90 days is 90 degrees, and what 90 degrees represents is you overcoming the challenge. You know what I'm saying? And so it's really it. So if you didn't get the email and you're gonna join us, and listen, man, this is about your own pace. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with you. I like to fuck with people. I fuck with you, right? So Tanisha in here. Tanisha like, I'm good for 3. I'm like, girl, go 7. She's like, nah, nigga, 3, right? And I'm like, come on, 3 days ain't shit. I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna egg you on a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But let 3 turn into 4. Um, but if you didn't get that email us right here, cosmicfasting@gmail. Since she is in the chat, she'll see it, and we're gonna create a group within that Gmail. And then obviously the ones that are clicking on the link from the mass email, your email will be saved and whatnot. And then you get communication both from that Gmail and my Noble and Pooh at Gmail as well. But hit that email right there to be on the roster. And let's journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've straight up, we've totally annihilated and reverse hypertension. The body is a self-healing organism. You cut yourself, fucking skin back. I used to have where is that? Right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, y'all can see that little mark. That's right there. Can y'all see that? Uh-oh, hold on. I don't know if y'all can see it. But I had this mark. There it is. I had this mark that was a red mole. And when I went through that 14-day fasting joint, it kind of hardened. But I used to fuck with it though. Like I'll like stick my nail in it a little bit, right? But it hardened. I'm like, wait a minute, this thing used to be like that. So I was able to pull it off, right? It was bleeding for 2 days, but major veins and shit is right there too. But the blood, the body healed itself. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to get out the way and do things that aid in the healing process. But if the body is a self-healing organism, and it is, like you don't got to tell it, hey, go clot the blood spot right here, stop it from bleeding and start repairing. Like you ain't telling, like all that shit that's going on in that process, you don't have no conscious recollection or no conscious awareness of what is taking place. It's gonna do what it do. That's the divinity of the God within you, right? So it's gonna do what it do. Cool. Since the body can do that, you understand what I'm saying? Then what happens when we start to absorb more light? The increase is going to occur, right? The vitality of spirit is going to really start to vibrate faster. And that's the name of the game. All right. So we're gonna start this Wednesday. I probably ain't gonna come on tomorrow. I'm gonna be busy. But we're gonna get started Wednesday. So if you want to get in on this, absolutely free, man. Listen, just email us right here, cosmicfasting@gmail, and $100 giveaway again to the best transformation stories. So if it's weight, show that scale when you weigh in. And we all gonna do that. We all gonna weigh in on Wednesday evening or Wednesday, we're gonna report the number Wednesday evening. What your weigh-in is, you know what I'm saying? What's the weigh-in? And that's what we definitely gonna do. Weight. So everybody that's weigh in, so we have a file next to your email what your weigh-in number is. And in 14 days, we see what your way out number is. You know what I'm saying? And Jew was like, man, you're gonna have to tell them to send pictures and shit, because people will be lying. It goes back to my concept of nothing is theft proof. Listen, man, if you that desperate, you need help. Okay, like it's only $100, but fuck the money. Like if you just that desperate to lie about what your health status is today and what it was later, just for what? Just to lie to you, like you lying. So I can't even fathom that shit. Like I don't even, let's just be honest and say what the fuck your number is. God damn. Like, what's so fucking hard about that shit? Like, I don't got time. That's the shit I don't got time for, right? I know my blood pressure used to be 168. It never went into the 170s, but damn it, when I was north of 150, I can feel that shit in my head, especially in 160. So 168 was the highest I seen it. And then I came back and I showed y'all a picture on my phone when that shit came all the way down to like 113 or some shit. I ain't lying. What the fuck? I'm gonna go get a sample joint off of Google Images and say that it's me? I got y'all thinking I'm the shit. But meanwhile, I know my ass got high blood pressure like a motherfucker. But it don't make sense to me. Right? That's your game, and that's between you and your God, man. You know what I'm saying? If you happen to get me out of 100, that's between you and your motherfucking God. I know what my intention is, and that's all I can ever worry about, and that's all I'm gonna worry about. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna worry about. That's it. All right. All right. So exactly, man, the integrity of the shit, man. You know. So all right, any questions on anything? We can go some astro shit, philosophical shit, whatever it's gonna be. Miss Tanya Jeffers, what's up? You joining? You in? Nikki Love, man. Gail Jackson, you coming? Latasha Glow cheated, y'all. She already started. She already started. But I'm at least doing 21. That's me. Because I did 14 before. So it's a little internal thing with myself to go further than what I went. And then listen to Dr. Sadie last night, and this nigga said he on day 61. And I'm like, oh. Oh, that's a nice bar to set. That's a high bar, buddy. You know. But as you say, let your daughter stand on the scale. Right? So y'all know what it is. But yeah. Any questions? Feel free to put it in the chat. It could be Astro. It could be whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Today, tomorrow, shit, you may eat Wednesday because we don't get together until Wednesday night at 8 o'clock anyway. So after 8 o'clock Wednesday, it's a done deal. So you may eat Wednesday. Do what you do. I seen people practice Ramadan, right? Where they gotta eat before the sun come up and shit. Man, I fucking wake up all early, pigging the fuck out because they can't last throughout the motherfucking day and shit. And then when the day is over, and then they eat, and I was just like, it didn't feel like a natural flow. You know what I mean? Hey man, do what you do, man. Listen, I'm just really concerned about eating. It's just more of a liquid thing. You smoke, you smoke. You know what I'm saying? I smoke. That was helping me in the process. When I smoke, it helped my bowels move. Craziest shit in the world, man. So smoking weed was a good. That definitely assisted me on my journey without a shadow of a doubt. Right. And that's the thing too. Like I didn't get munchies when I smoke weed because I get very mental when I'm high. Like I get mental as a motherfucker. And so I'm ready to fucking talk about the universe and go outside and see if UFOs will come out if we concentrate type shit when I get high. You know what I'm saying? So it's very therapeutic for me in the journey when I smoke weed on that fast for sure. But that's me. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Taisha? Oh, what's up? You coming in, Taisha? You gotta send that email. You gotta send your email to Cosmic Fasting, or if you got the main email, just click on it. Justin Lee, what up, bro? You in? Yeah, yeah. Just Blaze don't be playing. He in. And Just Blaze be getting money every month from them properties too, man. And Just Blaze, one of them private partners. Um, but yeah, you got the mass email back. That's what's up. Yeah, come on in, man. We'd love to have you. Be on the lookout too, man. We got something new. I'm about to create a new flyer. Thanks to Sanchi in the chat helping me out and bringing the financial planners coming to speak with the Family Wealth Club. I may open it up to everybody on the email list just to, you know, help you out. But of course, the goodies is in the inside, and the goodies is like Justin. You know what I'm saying? Justin is one of those people that I know that shit. I gotta cut Justin a check every single month. I gotta send him something. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a partner of mine. And so when deal flow opportunity comes, y'all don't know about it, but everybody that's in the inner circle, that's in the wealth club, um, or did a deal with me before that they still partners in on, you know what I mean? Like, they know, we know, you know what I mean? You get that opportunity. But sometimes where it's just great general information to have, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll open that up and like, hey, y'all, yeah, y'all need that. So I think it's going to be on the 24th. Let me see. It is Sunday the 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Gonna have a certified financial planner come and share the game on financial planning um, for you. All right. So make sure you in the loop, man. All right. Jason in, you know what I mean? Gail, what's up? You in, Gail? You in? Did I tell y'all I had some vegan tacos the other day that I made? That shit was slapping. Oh yeah, I told y'all. Right? I had a vegan chicken patty yesterday that I made, and it wasn't too bad. It kind of reminded me of white meat turkey. Is what it was. So it wasn't too bad, man. You find you the alternatives that are just like good. They gotta be great for me. And that's the thing. It's not about taste is secondary. It's very important, but it's secondary. Nutritional value is first now. So if it's about taste, I'm gonna go eat lamb every single time. I'm gonna go fuck that salmon up, give me some mango sauce on top of that salmon, or something. I'm gonna go do something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, any questions? Y'all want to go upstairs? We can go upstairs. Meaning you want to go to the stars? Like, what you got? You gotta give me something though. I mean, you gotta give me a spec. Any questions? I heard Facebook and Instagram is down. Welcome to the Mercury retrograde world. I heard they was down. Very interesting. The Mercury retrograde is passing. I showed y'all what a retrograde looked like in real time, right? I want to see what a retrograde looks like in the sky, astronomically speaking. And now it's just not theory, right? Hold on, yeah. Let me see something. Let me show y'all what's happening in the Mercury retrograde. Okay, y'all ready? You ready? Ready? Uh-oh. We are going to go. Did y'all know in Newark, Ohio? I'm gonna take y'all on a field trip after this too. Okay, that's why you got to come to my shit. Don't pay attention to the title per se because I'll bounce all over the place and make this shit relative. At least I think it's relative. Um, okay, so there go the planet Mercury. So if we were to observe Mercury a couple of days ago, you can just see last month, like Mercury is like over here. You know, all of a sudden, what's gonna happen is it looked like Mercury's going backwards. Pay attention. Watch this. Mercury, where you going? Why it look like you're going towards the sun? What the fuck are you doing? That's called retrograde, ladies and gentlemen. What are you doing? Then it's back around, right? And then we be in that period where we observe it again. It's usually every 3 months. Across the sun type of shit, right? And then probably somewhere 10, 11, 12, 1, probably somewhere at the top of the year. Look, it's looking like it's getting to the edge of its orb around the sun. And I bet you somewhere in January, if we go check, it look, oh, look, where you going? You going back around the sun? Oh, come back. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the planet is passing us by as it goes around the sun. So if we probably were to look at an ephemeris, right? If we were to look at an ephemeris, oh, this shit look like it's gonna be some shit too. The Gospel of the Holy 12. But if we were to look at an ephemeris, I bet you in January of 2022, we probably gonna have a retrograde, right? So if we look at 2022, bam, what I tell you, January 14th, a retrograde. Because we just saw, and it's gonna be in Aquarius too. And it's gonna start on my moon degree. Oh snap. It's gonna be on my moon degree. Interesting communications. Okay, 22. I see you. That's how y'all want to do it. And so yeah, you will see the planet like that. Same thing with Venus. Venus in 2021, there is a Venus retrograde that's coming up pretty soon in December, right? In December, Venus retrograde is coming up. And go December. Let me just get it around here. So this is the, let me see. It look like it's going toward Venus. Yeah. So it's when Venus is when it's in between us, passing in between the Earth and the Sun. And that's what's happening with the Venus retrograde. Okay. So you can just tell by looking at this stuff, man. But all a retrograde is a period of planets passing the Earth, and if it's a planet behind us, Mars and everything else, the Earth is passing it on our journey. So therefore, that will look like a retrograde. Okay, got me? So that's a retrograde. So I want to bring your attention, though, y'all, to there's some beautiful stuff over here in Newark earthworks, especially if we can get a satellite image of what used to take place here. It's right here on the map. You see this circle? Look at that. This is known as the Great Circle, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and this is in Newark, Ohio. All right, and you got something there called Eagle Mound. Okay, and right from that is over here is the Great Octagon. Here's another circle. Okay, and then you had mounds going out, and this actually formed, this was supposed to form an octagon over here, like some type of enclosure that connects you to this circle. This is a known fact. Now, if you look at the Newark earthworks, let's say 18.6 year moon cycle. Let's just see if it may pop up or something. Yeah. God, you get the fuck out of here. You lying to me. The observatory circle is said to be 18.6 acres, and the lunar cycle is 18.6 years in length. I didn't know that. I didn't know the acres was that, right? And so there used to be images. Let me see if you can find it. There you go. Yeah, where you would be shit like this. They tracking the moon. You know, this is more of a better view of what was going on in the moon phases. And then here's an overview where it was over here to the left where the octagon is, and then the great circle is down here at the bottom that you just saw. You understand what I'm saying? And there's plenty of places in North America where, you know, they was making some crazy dope ass observations. Even with, if I take you to Serpent Mound in Ohio, right? You can see what do you see? The sun, a disc going in the, let me see if we can get it in a real live map, satellite image. Bingo, look at this. This is a serpent, and then you see the disc going into his mouth, right? Now, watch this. Historically speaking, I personally think it was going to something else because Serpent Mound, I think, is what's the Serpent Mound? What's this? 1348. It's 1,348 feet long. But I forgot how. Let me see something real fast. Hold on, I gotta stop sharing my screen for a second because Windows got something crazy going on where your minimize button fucking disappeared. All right, hold on. Oh, if you didn't know, I'm gonna let you know. But archaeoastronomy, this is what we're doing right now. It's like one of my fucking favorite things to do. So I think it's pretty fucking cool. Archaeoastronomy. Where's Hydra? When I'm at the equator, I gotta get off the equator, and we gotta come up north too. Let me get off the north. We gotta come up north. So say if you came to Newark, Ohio, okay, and now we go look for the Hydra. Let me darken this. Let me light the constellations up for you. Bingo. Hydra is this serpent right here, right? Now watch this. We know that, let's go to 12 noon on any day. 12 noon. So on the summer solstice, let's pay attention to the sun. Is it the summer solstice that I'm looking for? Where are we at? Oh, there we go. The summer solstice is said to be the day when the sun is at its highest peak. Yes, that's when the sun is at its highest peak. But the question becomes, maybe it's not the summer solstice, maybe the fall equinox. I don't know. We'll see. The goal is, when do the sun discs go inside of the serpent's motherfucking mouth? Okay, so we're looking at this particular season right up in here. But this is what I wanted to show you about the Hydra, right? Because y'all saw that Serpent Mountain is about over 1,300 square feet. How many square degrees is goddamn Hydra? Hydra is 1,303 square degrees. Right? Serpent Mound was like 1,340 something. So then it makes me wonder, if we move the sun disk, if we don't count the disk that you saw at Serpent Mound, the sun, as part of that constellation, could the Hydra, because they both 1,300, right? Could the Hydra be serpent? And remember, when you at the summer solstice, when you in tropical, this is tropical Cancer, summer solstice, the sun starts to, go lower and whatnot. But that don't happen into our Earth time reality. What we see here is August, okay? And so then we start to see that, okay, after the summer solstice, then the sun starts to go through, it's declining. And so now technically the serpent itself is gobbling up the sun. You feel what I'm saying? So my point is, in North America, ladies and gentlemen, there's a certain time of year where you could be in unison with the sun energy and hitting this serpent. Okay. And then also, they also was looking at moon rises and stuff at the serpent as well. Let's see if we can see the whole body. There you go, of the serpent. You see? You see, summer solstice, technically the sun ain't there in June. The sun ain't there. The Hydra is way over here. Even if we speed it up to June 22nd, it ain't happening. And see, this is the difference between now see, again, remember, you're tilted on your axis. So the shit is really there, but it don't look like it's there until you go up more in the future. But everything that you looking at, and I think I gotta look at you when I tell you this shit. When it comes to the cosmos, ladies and gentlemen, Everything that you physically see with the naked eye, you're seeing in past tense. You're not seeing it in the future tense. You seeing it in past tense. That's how that goes. You know what I'm saying? And so you see it in past tense. So all space-time phenomena is past tense. Even the light that you feel, that shit had to travel at least what, 93 million miles away from the sun. That had the light from the sun had to go through the planetary orbital tracks of Mercury, Venus, our moon, because the moon goes around the Earth. So it's basically like a ring around the Earth, which is the orbit of the moon. The moon, and then it comes and hits the Earth. So every time every light particle that's touching you is 8 minutes old. And it has some type of interaction with some other shit on this journey to you. You see what I'm saying? So the entire cosmos on which you see, that shit is past tense. It's done already. There's stars that we possibly looking at that already burnt out in its timeline, but it's so far away that it ain't gonna fully extinguish itself until 1,000 years from now because it's just so far away. But in its time, it's already burnt out. Just like if the light of the sun went out, it ain't gonna go out instantly. It's gonna take 8 minutes for you to realize, like, oh shit, now it's dark. Oh shit, the light of the sun just went out. Not cool, right? It takes 8 minutes for that phenomenon to happen in our Earth reality. So all of this shit is past tense. This whole experience is a past tense experience, man. You feel me? And so that's the whole purpose. Manifesting Bliss, what's up? Starry Skies, what's good? Indigo Earth Angel, Ethan, what's cracking? It's just all past tense. And so now when you understand that, that whole concept of past lives start to make more sense to me. Like, oh, yeah. What Tina Marie say? The whole song "Deja Vu." That's the name of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's the name of the game. All right. So yeah, you got some beautiful, dope ass places, man. Dope ass places in this joint. I'll take y'all to if y'all ain't never seen it, what it looks like look at whatchamajigger, Cahokia Mound. If you can get a satellite image of this thing in this prime, yo, was like the bomb diggy in this prime. In its prime. This ain't even a big one. What a big. That's like that's one of them, but that ain't the big one. It may be like across the street or something. I forget. I can't really tell from land survey. But if we go back to like old images of it, old artistic depictions of it. Oh, no, hold on. Let me see. No, get me off the map, man. This is what it looks like now. That's massive, man. That's massive. Massive. You know what I'm saying? So they say that this what the civilization used to look like back then. Look at this shit. Humongous. Right? Same thing in Philadelphia. It was this picture. I think he was a painter. I think his name was John Trumbull. And he painted let me see if we can just get a picture of Philadelphia with what is now the art museum, right? No. I'm sure on Schuylkill River, maybe. How you spell the Schuylkill? Hold on. Painting. No. I gotta find it. But the art museum in Philadelphia had this. It was like a big old big old pyramid shape type of structure as well. I used to have pictures of all this kind of stuff, man. John Trombone. Um, Anybody? How you spell Schuylkill River? Schuylkill River. Let me see. It's like the Scully Kill River or something. We kind of getting there. What was it? I'll find it. I'll share it with you in another video. But like the Philadelphia Art Museum was one, and I call that actually the Pyramid of the Sun, because that thing was massive when you look at it, like super duper massive. Remember, I took y'all. I take y'all down to Emerald Mound. That's down in Mississippi. There's a nice overhead view of what that looks like off the chain down there. So this is the Emerald Mound, and then you got the ones in Georgia. Is the ones Emerald Mound. I ain't gonna tell you what Emerald Mound is really for, because that little knot that you see, the mound on top of the mound, that's designed for a specific planet activation. Um, so that's some next level shit over there that they got going on. That's Emerald Mound. You got Moundsville, Alabama, right? And you had these big old mound structures. Here's an overhead view of it, of all these mounds that were there, big ones too, like this one. We've been here. This was like this was 2011 trip one. Like we've been here. We've been on top of that one right there. You know what I'm saying? In fact, if you left this mound right here and went straight south and didn't deviate one point, you were running to another one down in Mexico. I think it may be Coba, Mexico. Let me see. Coba, Mexico pyramid. Let me see. Yep, Coba, Mexico. You would run directly into this. And see, this is what I was. This is why the spiritual shit is really important, because if let me see if we can find 87 degrees 43 minutes west. So 87 degrees west. Okay, 87 degrees west. Let's see if they got mounds. Is it Moundville or no? It's Moundville, Alabama. 87 degrees west. You see that shit? So Coba, Mexico, that fucking rock pyramid is in perfect alignment with the shit that's in Alabama. That's why I gave y'all the homework and go look at Karl Monk's shit called. Did anybody do that? When I said, hey, go check out the code, Karl Monk. Did anybody do that? Anybody watch that? Schuylkill? Thank you, Lamar. Let me see. SC. I'm gonna go look for that. SCHU. SCHU. Schuylkill River. John. What the hell was the name of that damn painting, man? Let me see. Did anybody go do that? Let's see. I'm having a problem finding that picture, man. But did anybody go see the code right here on YouTube by Karl Monk? I'm coming in chat in a second. I'm gonna see if I can find that goddamn picture of Philadelphia Art Museum before it was the goddamn It's gonna be always giving me the images of that shit. That ain't what it was, man. I'm gonna have to go back into some old ad. I'm gonna have to go into my old computer and pull up some PowerPoints on that stuff. Because that thing wasn't no joke. Nah, that ain't it. I'm gonna have to find it. All right, where y'all at, man? Let me come back to y'all. So did y'all do it? You didn't do it? Y'all supposed to watch The Code by Carl Monk, man. Y'all slipping. What we gotta do? We gotta do a watch party or something. Y'all think I'm man? Y'all slipping. Y'all super slipping. Look, hold on. Carl Monk, The Code. Right here. Y'all watch this shit, man. Y'all watch it. Hold on, let me share my screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about. It's this right here. It's old as hell. Okay. He about to go in. He about to go in on just saw a circle somewhere. There you go. There go Newark that I just showed y'all. Okay, let me see something real fast. I can't see the coordinates all the way, but it looked like it's 40 degrees, 3 minutes, and 4 seconds. It's super blurry. But remember, let me see something. Hold on. We're about to go into science of this shit. 360-degree circles. And this right here, this is Stonehenge. And look, y'all can see that. What he said was at Stonehenge, if you break out your calculator and you do 51 times 10 times 42.35, you're going to get 21,600. And so the same holds true when you start going to these smaller circles, like right here. That's one of the ones in Newark, the first one I showed y'all, which sits 40 degrees, 2 minutes, 27 seconds north of the equator. When you times those up, take the degree, time the minute, time the second, then you're going to get 2,160. Remember I told y'all that shit. And then when you do, and look, that was dealing with the latitude. Well, now they about to deal with the longitude of this one. Remember, with the longitude, you got to add 31 degrees to the current day longitude, latitude, longitudinal system, because Greenwich, London reformatted the globe. So if you do 113 times 34 times 56.2207, you're going to get 216,000. So remember I said the whole point of all of this shit dealing with these sacred spots all over the earth, they're all pointing to another one's location to get you to look there. You see what I'm saying? And so you gotta watch that shit and just marvel at the mathematical accuracy of this is what I call geodetics, the real geodetics, where you studying the, what's on the earth and its location is there for a specific reason. That's why I'm saying these sites is older than some goddamn, the Native Americans wasn't no shit. All right. I'm sorry. They wasn't on that. This kind of shit, which you like, this shit go all the way to England. You telling me these niggas over here with fucking turkeys and feathers and little arrowhead shit that didn't even first saw a fucking boat and the white man freaked the fuck out? Like, you think he fucking built the fucking mounds and pyramids and shit? That wasn't him. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't even us over there in the East either. This is a technology that's far superior to humans are just the custodians. Okay, it's architects. That shit is highly advanced. And they was using, got to give it to the African shit though. It was using the Great Pyramid as a 0 point reference in how you measure east-west coordinates. The equator has always been the equator. That's a natural thing though, right? The equator is just fucking natural. You know what the fuck the middle is. That's natural. But how you going to define your east-west coordinates, that used to be at the Great Pyramid as 0 point. Okay. And that's no longer a 0 point reference as far as today's mapping system. But remember, you are at the center of observation anyway. Your 0 point reference is wherever you're making an observation from. So your observation could be from, it can be from an observatory. Watch this. Y'all saw all that circle shit, right? Now watch this. All right. Now, did you know that the vice president lives at Observatory Circle? Observatory Circle. Let's see. Huh? Number one observatory circle is the official residence of who? The Vice President of the United States. Okay? Observatory circle. All right, this is just a home, but observatory circle, real shit. Okay? And here it is, what it looks like. Come on, man. Ain't that the same ancient circle sites that we was using already? Right? So I'm telling you, at the observatory circle is where the goddamn vice president lives at. Okay? Very, very interesting. All right. And did you know the Vatican has an observatory out in motherfucking out in Arizona? It's in Arizona. The Vatican Observatory. I ain't lying. Look, the Vatican Advanced Telescope. Man, what you like? Listen, don't let listen. That's why I keep telling y'all. Hey, man, the Black Baptist Church ain't got shit on the Catholic boys. The Catholic boys got a fucking big ass telescope, and they out dealing with, observing space time phenomena. You feel what I'm saying? And so there's a lot of jewels, hidden places. Ain't really hidden. We just don't know about shit. You know what I'm saying? It's right here in our backyard. And go back from mound sites all the way up to more modern day shit, man. All right. All right. Just found it. Yeah, I mean, it's just a good old study to look at the science of the pyramids and literally all over. And then when you go here and you meditate at certain times, the energy serves as an amplifier. Serpent Mound is a magnetic anomaly. You can't get a compass reading there because it has an influx of energy, which is called a vortex. If you take a compass there, a digital compass, I promise you, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna like can't get a reading there. So it's those kind of places where you have to touch them and project your thought off into ether, right? You ever get a drop cell phone signal? Then how do you know that your thoughts, which is like the signal, is not getting scrambled up and getting dropped? That's a technique right there, right? So in order for you to get that connection, sometimes you got to increase your elevation. Sometimes that can be mountains, you know what I'm saying? Or you got to go to these particular hot spots. So the real hot spots. The real hot spots is Sedona, Asheville, mountains, mounds. Them are your real hot spots. All right. All right, man. So anyway, let me roll. It's 4 o'clock. I'll do a little bit of work. I got bills and stuff to pay, update some spreadsheets. Email me. we're gonna be at Cosmic Fasting at Gmail. If you didn't get the initial email, Wednesday we start. Wednesday at 8 o'clock. We're gonna get together for a private little get together and kick off a 14-day all liquid fast. Again, if you have own medicine or anything, have a condition, please consult your doctor. This is not health advice. We're just simply deciding to do something together. But it's highly advised that you consult your medical people if you are on any type of medication whatsoever. Okay. Just a 14-day all liquid fast. And man, just join us, man. That's all I can say. I look forward to the journey again. You know what I mean? And you're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn a whole lot of stuff. One of the most amazing things is like, damn, I really don't have to eat for real. I can survive without eating. Then two, you start to question why are you eating? And then it's purely out of habit. And the habits that we have are not necessarily habits that even the habits we think that we need are not necessarily the ones that we don't really need them to sustain ourselves. And that is just fucking amazing to me. It's kind of like my money tree. I only water this plant right here um, once a week. I don't even once a week. And then that one over there, the moisture, it's just like it's light. It's surviving off the light. And that is just freaking dope, man. Like the real light cold transmission, man. You let your digestive tract stop working so that energy can now free up and go elsewhere. You want to talk about purification, and then clarity of consciousness starts to kick in. And couple that with breathing exercises or breathing slow to bring in more oxygen, which is fuel for the brain, which now means more brain cells are about to come on. It's not sending shit down to the pits of hell, right? And now it's here. So then it ain't gonna be nothing but expansion that happens. That's your halo. You know what I'm saying? That's how you tap into the halo. Is by going what? Within. They always used to say that shit. Me and you gotta go within, brother. But you don't never show how what do you mean you gotta go within? How? You wanna go within? Okay. All right. One of the ways is the liquid fast. That's one of the ways to go within. And then start learning the inner workings of your physiology and concentrate on it. And that's the way that you go in. Literally go in. Okay. All right, man. So email, if you didn't get the initial email on my email blast, join us for the 14 days Wednesday at 8:30. You got to be on our email list. Email us at cosmicfasting@gmail. It's right here on the screen. Cosmicfasting@gmail. Okay. And those of you who want to do something, man, get in this family wealth club. But seriously, I got another project. Two more projects actually. I didn't print that one off, and I can't show y'all because y'all ain't, I just can't show y'all that particular one. But hey, man, we buying up the block. That's all I can say. Like I told you, I'm buying up the block, and got an opportunity where doing something with a rental property as well. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about, being able to provide. That's the balance for me, y'all. The balance for me is how can we engage in financial wealth and then spiritual wealth at the same time, and then marry those two. To me, they're the left and right hemispheres of the brain. And on the globe, it's the West and Eastern hemisphere countries. You know what I'm saying? I.e., the country of America is the physical material, and the Eastern is the one of spiritual thoughts and whatnot. And once we can truly build that bridge, in my opinion, we can become real holistic healers in itself, because now we got a full 360-degree, very well balanced scope of wealth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I think it's just very hard to be in a like if you financially fucked up and got pressures on you, bills and family, and I don't know, I'm built different. You know what I mean? Like, and you a man and you gotta provide and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's pressure, man. It's no fun. And it's what good is the spiritual shit then when you got physical bills to be paid? Because to get the matrix to respond in a way that you can hit the jackpot every time you meditate and shit and pay for everything that you want, you're a bad motherfucker. Come teach me. I want to learn that shit. You know what I'm saying? It just don't go that way. You know what I'm saying? Um, it just don't go that way. It don't. Even them yogi niggas, they got extreme powers, but that shit didn't have whether they can make sense come out their hand or make physical shit materialize. It wouldn't stay in this world forever because it's more like it's kind of like a ghost. You see it, and then it gotta fade out because its composition ain't made to particularly stay. You feel me? And so you gotta find that delicate balance, man, that is going to allow us to have the best of both worlds. Speaking of the best of both worlds, I should let y'all hear this track I redid, that R. Kelly Jay-Z shit. I smashed this track, but that's a whole other conversation, man. Anyway, get with me though. All right, get with me. I got something on the board over here, man. That is super duper great opportunity. But hit me up and love to see you this Wednesday. All right, peace.